Thanks to World Anvil for sponsoring this video. Mothy! Mothy, where are you?
Why does she keep bothering me?
Didn't you already order a restraining order against her?
I have several, but she keeps sending them back.
There you are!
Ah!
Welcome to the Koffeine Cafe, where we don't serve coffee, we serve pizza shaped like a cryptid. I'm Lisa, and today we're heading over to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, to investigate one of the most elusive cryptids in America.
Did the residents run you out of town the last time we were there?
This is the Mothman, Koffeinated. The Mothman was first described to be a slender, muscular man that stood at 6 to 8 feet and had a 10-foot wide wingspan with glowing hypnotic red eyes, which honestly reads like a Tumblr sexy man, if anything. Despite what major gaming corporation Atlas and their hit game Persona would have you believe, as that one is shaped much like a friend. This tall, dark, and handsome fellow was once also described to look like a rather large bird with red eyes. Admittedly, this description doesn't exactly point towards moth-like, but more bird-like, but we'll get to that in a bit. I mean, nowadays, we associate the Mothman with this admittedly chiseled and rugged statue that is completely and factually accurate. I mean, look at that ass. It's also said to make noises that sound like a squeaking mouse.
Are you sure it doesn't look like this?
There aren't really records of any violence or attacks directly caused by the Mothman. However, many people claim that he appears more as an omen of disaster. Okay, so there was that first encounter with the Mothman involving him chasing down these young lovers in a car, but he never really caught up to them for us to know what would happen if he did. So his behavior is less attributed towards his actions, but rather the effect he has on the people he's showed up to and the places he's been. For example, he's appeared before the Point Pleasant Silver Bridge incident, where a few people lost their lives, unfortunately, and eyewitnesses have reported horrifying premonitions, poltergeist activity.
Poltergeist activity? Why?
Well, a lot of eyewitnesses say that after seeing him, they started to experience strange, even paranormal things in their home, like malfunctioning electrical appliances, interrupted phone calls. And that's the thing, is that the Mothman himself, or does seeing him invite that sort of stuff in? That is still a mystery that we're still looking into. It was a calm night in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, around November 15, 1966. Two young couples by the name of Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallette were driving down State Route 62 near an abandoned National Guard armory.
What were they doing in the first place?
Apparently this area was sort of a hot spot for teens, if you get me. They were driving by when they spotted this massive dude. Naturally, they hastily drove away, but to their horror, this 7-foot-tall, winged and red-eyed monster starts flying after them at what they claimed to be 100 miles per hour. Luckily, the couple survived this encounter and reported it, and the people believed them for some reason, and they even tried to search for the creature, but nothing was ever found. You wanna know what they did find? World Anvil!
I don't think they found that.
World Anvil is a site that aids all sorts of creatives in writing, organizing, and publishing rich settings with complex characters. Write, world build, and manage your stories all in one platform. I personally use it to organize my Mothman fanfiction.
What now?
Mothy?
Nope.
If you visit their website, worldanvil.com, and use our code KOFFEINYT, you can enjoy 40% off your first year.
Can we get back to the video, please?
The story of the Mothman, of course, begins in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, but it is notable that it was spotted near a World War II ammunition plant. The building and power plant had been abandoned for a while when the couple encountered it, but it is important to note that later on, in the 80s, they discovered that the chemicals from the plant had leaked into the surrounding wildlife, so who knows, perhaps this is exactly what birthed the Mothman in the first place. But if you're wondering how this Birdman creature thing got the name Mothman, it's somehow surprisingly related to the Batman. Earlier that year, Adam West's Batman, the movie, was released, and there were even witnesses who associated this winged beast to look a lot like Batman for some reason. Now, I'm not saying Adam West is the main reason the Mothman is called that, but I am saying it's a funky coincidence. The locals of Point Pleasant who have seen him claim to experience poltergeist activity in their homes, increased UFO sightings, premonitions, visions, and even dreams of disaster that would befall their town. These would be followed by the unfortunate incident of the Silver Bridge in Point Pleasant, where it had collapsed. This is quite different, however, from how the Mothman is experienced by the locals today, as he is celebrated by most of the townsfolk. The Mothman exists as an inspiration for not just the town, but from people all over the place. From 2002, Point Pleasant holds an annual festival dedicated to this creature every September. Thousands, and I mean thousands, like 10, 12,000 people come visit this place. There's a 12-foot tall statue for it. You can catch that statue live at any time of the day. They sculpted abs, It's majestic. There's Mothman songs, Mothman merchandise, Mothman pizza. There's that one BuzzFeed Unsolved video that inspired me to make this thing, aside from my long and undying affection for this creature.
Leave me alone!
There are numerous theories as to what this creature could actually be. The first theory involves the armory where it was spotted and how the explosives and chemicals had contaminated the land, which could have possibly led to some mutations to the local fauna. Large birds, perhaps? Maybe a man got involved? Don't ask how. Another theory speculates that the Mothman's an alien. An extraterrestrial creature who's here for God knows what, really. Intimidate, threaten, observe, date. And there's another theory where it could be some unknown species of animal, whether it be an unknown type of bird or general species. There are also a lot of people who believe that the Mothman is neither moth nor man, but bird. According to Robert L. Smith from West Virginia University, it may just be a sandhill crane, but it's noted that they are typically not found in Point Pleasant. There's another theory that it could simply be a barred owl, and that the glowing red eyes could just be a red eye effect from the flashing lights, car lights, flashlight. There's another theory that it could be a large heron, which could be found in West Virginia, so that helps. It's quite possible that the Mothman could have been an illusion of sorts, an encounter with wild animals in the dark night, indescribable shadows. But as someone who has thought of nothing else but the Mothman for almost half of my conscious life, I'd like to think and wholeheartedly believe that the Mothman is not only a real, but totally a supernatural and perhaps even interdimensional entity. It's clear that this cryptid has taken the hearts of many cryptid enthusiasts and has collected a fandom of some sort itself, which I'm totally not a cult leader for, legally speaking. It's likely because the town from where it came from fully embraced this creature and even celebrate it. He's less horrifying than he was initially, but I do have to say, I wonder what he would think of all this hype for him. I hope he's doing well. Let us know what you think of him and why he should get verified on Twitter. Happy Valentine's Day, Mothman Bot. And yes, this is a Valentine's Day special. Like the video for more spoops, tunes, and memes, and thank you again to our members, Butter, Shifter, and ThatGamerBoy, as well as our cafe producer, Nick, for supporting us. And if you guys would also like to do so, you can join in our memberships. If you want to see another figure of the night who haunts the streets of South America, you can check this video right here.
Is she gone?
Don't worry, I'll restrain her better next time.
I've just been so paranoid lately. It's like I always see her in the back of my...
Hello!
Ah!